Pursuit of victory, pursuit of victory, pursuit of victory. Life ain't no mystery. Read up on history. Taking all these concepts, don't take it out of context, but pursuit of victory. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the P.O.V podcast. I'm your host, victorywarui, always victorious in anything that I choose to do. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who checked out episode 1 and 2. I'm seeing that the views are going up and I just appreciate it, and I always want to let you guys know that it doesn't go unnoticed. If you haven't already, subscribe, comment, share, like, leave a comment as far as what you think. Give me topics you want discussed in future episodes. So that being said, yeah, do that. So I also wanted to announce that I have been doing this already, but I'm gonna be doing Instagram lives on Wednesdays and Fridays, just because I want to interact with different people, with the audience members. And just with anyone who wants to talk about anything, things that I discussed in previous episodes, or just any topics in general. So I'm going to be doing those on Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. I'll be doing one tonight, so just make sure you come through. The quote of the day today is, "Be yourself, everybody else is already taken." That is by Oscar Wilde. Again, be yourself, everybody else is already taken, by Oscar Wilde. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing more to really go deep into because the quote already says it all. But yeah, I hope you can take something from that at the end of the day. But with that being said, let's get into this podcast. So, the recommendation of the day is cracking the codes, the system of racial inequality. Again, it is Cracking the Codes, the System of Racial Inequality. It's by Shakti Butler. Again, Shakti Butler, SHAKTI BUTLER. I found this documentary on YouTube. I don't even know how, but it came up. It was a really dope documentary. It shows you how racism operates as far as structurally, interpersonally, and institutionally. And it has different people from all types of races. So they give you their perspective on things that they've experienced, things that they've noted. It's just very informative, and it gives you knowledge. And at the end of the day, you could take something from it, regardless if you're white, black, Asian, whatever you consider yourself. You could take something from it. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm a person that likes to learn, and I'm resourceful. So whenever I learn something, I want to share it to the world. So go check that out. It's on YouTube. It should be the first video you see at the top. But if you don't find it, or if you only find clips, excuse me, just DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is victorywarui. Again, Instagram is victorywarui. That's where you could find me. That's where I'll be doing the lives, and you can contact me as far as any of the recommendations that I've given so far. And Instagram is Exhale Greens. So the first topic I want to talk about is supporting artists. First off, I think that art is not really appreciated the way it should be, because art runs the world. And it's the one thing where it inspires people, it gives people perspectives, and it's always informative as far as it could teach you something at the end of the day. It could give you a perspective you never looked at. And the one thing, it causes interactions to happen, because these two people might disagree with each other, but oh, you like that movie too, and the conversation sparks from there, and people connect through art too. So it's one of those things. A lot of people take art for granted, but I couldn't imagine what a world without art would be like. Music, stand-up comedy, because that's the thing, is art comes in so many forms. People just, I think when they think about art, they think about art like this, and not thinking that stand-up comedy is a form of art. Musicians are artists too, so I think about it like that. But the one thing I will say is people need to start supporting artists, especially artists who have something to say and are doing things to help out others. You know what I mean? They're putting out high vibrational messages. They're putting things that actually have content in it. So the first big way to support an artist is through financial means, which means like if I put out an album that's dope and you're really messing with it, like let's say you listen to the singles and you're really rocking with it, get that album. Like why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Go to that next level and actually buy the album, because I think that's shows us that like damn, people are really messing with it because they're putting funding behind it. Because who wants to put out dope art and it's not getting supported? Like anybody is not gonna like that, and it gets frustrating to a certain point because you're putting all this hard work, this time and energy, and at the end of the day it's like you want it to be received well at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, like whether people support or not, I think as artists we're still gonna make art or do whatever we do, but people have to realize that we want that support factor, and supporting isn't just through funding means. I just think it's the biggest way, but it could be in the sense of using your social media and shouting out an artist, saying, oh, this artist is dropping this album this day, like yo, make sure you go quote Victor's has his art at this gallery, come check it out. Even taking a pic, because I'm not gonna do this, but like even if it's like taking a picture or like being like, yo, come through, Victor has this dope art. But you can actually use your social media to support artists, you know, buying their merch if they put it out, you know what I mean, like little things like that, or even reposting stuff that I've done. Like one artist, Hakeem, who makes music, you guys should go follow him, and his crew. It's called On The Movement. Go check it out. I really dig the music, so shout out to him. But even him, he shared a clip of the first episode that I did of this podcast. I didn't ask him to do this. He didn't have to do this, but he just did it out of his art, and that stuff I just appreciate, and it goes a long way. And at the end of the day, I think about it like this, but like that clip is gonna reach more people that I probably wouldn't have reached, because now it's his audiences and stuff, and then his audience is gonna come to my page. So that's the thing, is like even artists supporting each other, because I think some people have this ego thing where it's like they don't want to put on their friend or whatever the case may be, because I think it's a crabs and barrel mentality of that. I don't want this person to succeed and get out of the community because I'm still going to be stuck here. I really think that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Versus like if somebody like is doing dope stuff, just support, like, you know what I'm saying. And I've never looked at it of like I'm jealous or anyone. It makes me want to go harder. If I see Hakeem win and it's in his music, it makes me want to go harder as far as his art. If I see Jake do his thing and stand-up comedy, it's going to make me want to go harder. It's never a thing of that like, oh damn, they're getting bigger than me. Nah, I don't have that, because I have confidence in myself and what I do. So yeah, supporting artists is a really big thing. And also, people don't think about it like this, but within funding, what you really don't realize is that when you make a purchase of anything that the artist put out, that's money that they can use to take their artistry to a different type of level. Because like if I'm doing canvases, now I can do installations, now I can do sculpture work, now I can go to different countries, now I can collaborate with different people that I wouldn't have been able to collaborate with because I have the resources now. Because most of the time when you're starting out in whatever you're doing, you're using your own money to go record in the studio. That costs money. You know, people don't think about it like that. So at the end of the day, we don't waste our time when an artist is going into the studio, because you paid this money for it, so you have to produce like some type of song, because you can't just be there just messing around. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can really help the artist take their artistry to a different type of level. So supporting is a big thing. Support artists. And at the end of the day, what I want to share is that, am I saying that everything that a musician has put out I've bought? No, I would be lying to you if I said that. But there's ways that I've supported as far as sharing their album before it comes out, putting it on to different people, like literally taking the aux cable in the car and just choosing to play, like, yo, I want to play these artists because they're dope. And I've seen people be like, damn, who is this? And that's going to want to make the person go check it out. Or even sharing an interview, because at the end of the day, like, an interview is going to be more informative as giving up, like, what the artist is about, what type of person they are, and that is going to get someone interested and be like, yo, let me go check out the music. So different things like that. even like going on tour, like I've gone to tours and literally performance is the next level as far as like musicians. They really get to, a lot of people make good music, but a lot of people are not good performers. So that's one thing I've learned. But like going out to their tours, getting their merch, there's so many ways to support. It doesn't have to just be about money all the time, but like I said, the biggest way to support an artist is money. But that's what I wanted to say about supporting artists. I feel like if you listen to what I said, you could take something from it. And just like I said, if somebody's locally in your area, make sure to support if you really see what they're doing. Like, you know what I mean? Because we really appreciate at the end of the day as artists. So that's what I wanted to say. And then topic number 2. So I wanted to give out tips for bringing some positivity into your life, just because these last few weeks, like things have been really going like really well for me, and I feel like it would be unfair if I didn't share, just some things that I've learned. So tip number 1 for bringing positivity into your life: find music or artists or different genres that you mess with that make you feel good, and make a playlist, whether it be 10, 30, hell, 100 songs, and listen to those songs throughout the day in whatever you're doing. So before you go to work, listen to those songs. After you leave work, listen to those songs. When you wake up, or you have your ritual that you do, like just have certain things that you do that to keep you positive, because music is very vibrational, and that energy will come on to you. So if all you're playing is negative music, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be negative most of the time, you know what I'm saying? And obviously there's music that touch on things that aren't necessarily like the most positive, but they make you feel good or whatever. So I'm not excluding that too, but I'm just saying, find music that you really like, are into, make a playlist, and try to play it throughout your day and see if it doesn't make a difference, because I've realized with me, like, it really helps me, before I go into work, just jamming on. Also singing along to it, rapping to it, you know what I mean? It does something to you. I don't know what it is, because there's certain songs that can tell you I have to listen to these songs, and it's just because it leaves me in a good mood at the end of the day. Just to share like some artists, but like some Erykah Badu, like, you know what I mean, some Patrice Roberts, Kerwin Du Bois, because I'm into all different types of music, but of late I've been listening to a lot of like soca music, and I mess with it. A lot of like hip hop, and also being open minded as far as listening to different genres. Coldplay, because people only stick to one genre, and I feel like you're kind of limiting what you could really be experiencing. You know what I'm saying? So think about that too. Be open minded as far as your taste in music. But yeah, that's the first thing I'd say. Make a playlist of songs that you mess with, and just listen to them throughout your day. Second thing, come up with mantras. When you wake up in the morning, go to the mirror and say things to yourself, like, I'm going to have a good day. I'm good enough just the way that I am. I'm sexy. I'm beautiful. I'm gorgeous. You know what I mean? My aura is gonna channel good energy. Just when you say that, it's one of those things where, if you didn't know, but the subconscious mind functions more than the conscious mind. So if you fool yourself, it's gonna go into your subconscious mind, and it's gonna manifest, because a lot of the stuff we're operating on or through life, it's through the subconscious mind, if you didn't know, and you can go do your research. But yeah, say things that are positive to yourself in the mirror, like every day. And again, I'm telling you, and just pay to attention and see, like, yo, did that help a little bit? Like, you know what I mean? I still might have had like a bad day, but it didn't affect me like that, because that's the thing with life. It's gonna be up and down. I'm not saying if you do this, it's gonna make your life completely positive, because life is about balance. So you need the positivity to understand the negativity, and you need the negativity to know what positivity is. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things where it will just change as far as like just having better days. You know what I mean? It's working on your mindset. So that's another tip you could do. And then tip number 3, which I think is the biggest thing: pay attention to the people you surround yourself with. Whether it be this person is negative, then stay away from them. Even if you've known them for a long time, try to stay away from people like that. And this includes family and friends, because I've just learned that just because, you know, people are my family, whatever, it doesn't mean that they can't be negative. So literally, I really try to protect my energy and stay away from people who are not saying things that serve me or things that are not true about me. So, you know, I'm very good, I think, as far as like keeping in mind who I give my time to, you know. And at the end of the day, on the other side of that, people who give me their time, and it actually makes me feel better. So pay attention to that. Last thing I wanted to talk about was taking time off work. I think that taking time off work is really important. A lot of us are working all the time, and I know that we're trying to pay bills, we're trying to feed our families, we're trying to be able to do things for our family. And at the end of the day, that's important and all, but you need some time to be by yourself. Figure out your hobbies, figure out what to do on leisure time, and at the end of the day, you could find out things about yourself that you didn't know, because I think that's time you can just maybe figure out, like, oh, maybe I'm into reading, maybe I like this podcast, maybe I like this type of music, maybe I like dancing. It's always good to take time off to yourself, even if it's like 1 or 2 days. I'm not saying take the whole damn week off, but it's good to take time off work so you have time to yourself. And also, in life, we're trying to always evolve and get to the next step. So it's that time to be able to figure out, like, how am I going to do this? You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to get that? So that's what I wanted to say. Really enjoyed talking to you guys. More episodes coming soon. Like I said, follow me on social media, on Instagram at victorywarui, and on Snapchat at Exhale Greens. I hope everything that I said in here you could take and just apply to your life in some way, shape, or form, and it give you perspective at the end of the day. Like I said, thank you for everyone who checked out episode 1 and 2. If you haven't, go and check it out. It's on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. So, you know, just go check it out, and Anchor. Appreciate the love. More coming soon, and just like I said, keep in mind what I said. With that being said, peace.